Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of our DB Dailies vlog series, our Cars and Caffeine. So today we're doing a slightly little bit different. We're starting a project vlog, the immediate DB Dailies crew. We have a few projects on the go at the moment and we decided, so why not take a few videos along the way, and
100%.
At least the videos will be in the bank there for looking back on. So the first one we're going to start with Ian, and his Mark 1 Volkswagen Caddy pickup. So we're down here with Ian, and what we're going to talk about today is the Caddy pickup. Now there's going to be different aspects to the Caddy, but we're going to start off with his engine bay, where it has come from and where we're going to. We'll do another episode on bodywork, we'll do another episode maybe on interiors, and the same for the rest of the people that are going to be in the vlog, myself included, okay? So, Mark 1 Caddy pickup.
1988.
Not a chop golf, which
No.
a lot of people have been talking about. I suppose it shows now why would you chop up a golf to make a pickup, but it's not.
Not.
So it's actually a Rabbit, isn't it?
Yeah, well, in America, yeah. America's a Rabbit, yeah.
Right. So, the Caddy originally came with what engine?
Yeah, so 1.6 8-valve diesel engine.
Started off with. Then someone before Ian decided to upgrade it to
1.6 GTI.
so a GTI Golf engine, a Mark 1 Golf GTI engine, which would be obviously a far upgrade on performance and, well, reliability as well, I suppose.
Yeah,
You know,
it was, yeah. I'm saying that the meager 75 brake horsepower that was put out at the time probably wasn't amazing.
I want to say it's a good thing that it is a pickup and only two people can sit in it, because it wouldn't be pulling a load
No.
with what I was putting out. Then we decided to upgrade then.
Yeah.
And we went to this big gigantic block, which I don't know if people can see the width of the engine bay here, right? It doesn't look like it should fit in there. So, what is this engine for everyone that's at home watching the video?
Yeah, so this is the Mark 5 R32 3.2 litre V6, or VR6 as I should say. Which obviously due to the unique styling of Volkswagen at the time, the way they did the cylinders.
Yeah, cool beans, yeah. So, we're talking about where did this engine come from, I suppose, is the start point.
Yeah, so like as we talked about in our other vlogs that we've had, the car community is fantastic when it comes to like second-hand parts, lads breaking cars and all that kind of stuff. So a mate of ours, Paddy, he had the Mark 5 R32, and then he decided...
Which was driving perfectly.
Because it was actually how he sold me on the engine, was bringing me for a spin in it, and there just happened to be a beautiful tunnel on the route that we were driving. My Instagram as well, what it sounded like before we chopped it up.
But this is it, guys, as well, right? It's just another kind of aspect of car culture in Ireland, I suppose. Tax and insurance is very high in Ireland, okay?
Terrible.
So for someone, Paddy owned his Golf, Mark 5 Golf R32, but to tax and insure that car to get it driving legally on the road is a phenomenal price.
Ridiculous money, yeah.
It would probably cost more to tax and insure it than what it would be to run the car for the year, you know? So what happens in Ireland a lot of the time, which is a shame because these cars are kind of getting more scarce on the road, is people break the car down into parts and sell the parts on to try and recuperate some of the money that the car would have.
It would have been very hard to find a buyer for the car as it was.
Yeah.
And he would have made more money obviously by breaking the car, which is not, I'm not going to say it's the wrong thing to be doing, but like these cars won't be there in the future then. Like, this poor R32 was probably sitting in a scrapyard somewhere, but like nearly all of its parts are scattered across the whole country now at this stage.
Because even for people at home, a set of R32 wingback seats, the minimum price you would pay for a set of those is €1,500.
Oh, handy, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you €1,500, and that's just for the front seats. That's not including the whole rest of the car, right? No. Anyway, back to the story, right? So we bought the engine off of Paddy, and then where were we going there?
Yeah, so it was actually at DB on the Quay. We're having our after party in T Morris, and we're sitting down having a few drinks, and I had said that I got the engine, and Paul Glennon from Midlands VW was down, and we were all having a few beers, and Paul said, geez, I've a right lad to do that for you, and then he sent me towards Stephen Tuitt, and another one of the Midlands VW lads. Joe, Jesus, Stephen, like into VWs, I'd say since he was knee high, like Joe. So he knows inside out.
The clubs are intermixing with one another. Like the guys come down to our shows, we go to their shows.
100%.
You know what I mean? And we support one another.
Yeah, it's great. Like Joe, I know like you kind of have say a professional relationship where you go to the lads' shows to support them, but at the same time, the boys are willing like to come out and Joe have a few pints with us and socialise as well. Like it's not just a kind of like common courtesy kind of a thing. Yeah. But yeah, so Stephen, I brought the caddy up to Stephen then, and Stephen obviously has a good few contacts in the VW as we're saying again, and he sent the wire loom and all off to Dubnuts over in Scotland. And got all that remade obviously, so I had to take a 1988 wiring loom and then basically transform that to support the power block that's in front of me here. And obviously she came from a 07 Mark 5 Golf. Yeah, so like 1988 2007.
You can do the maths at home.
Yeah, put that together. Quick math,
right? But yeah, so you can see then that I did take a few, not only from Wexford to the Midlands, even over to Scotland, to get this to match. So we're talking about getting this to match, right? Now I know you've been working closely with an American company. Not only have we gone across our own little pond from Ireland to Scotland, but an American company got wind of what you were doing.
Yeah, so an American company got wind. So Eurowise Performance over in the States, over in Charlotte. Eurowise then, I was emailing them back and forth, and we came to an agreement, and the lads were happy enough to sponsor me some of the build for the caddy. There's obviously very few caddies in general, and then there's even fewer caddies obviously with this powerhouse going into them. You might all have seen the Auto Finesse one. So she has a bit the big block.
Lovely dark wine colour.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah. But Eurowise, we cracked the deal together, and all the kit from the TT Technics exhaust and the manifolds to
this big lump of steel here in front of us here.
Yeah, reinforcing brackets to stop this thing from ripping itself apart. Then the Flowdyne rads, and then obviously all the engine mounts and all the hardware, all supplied by Eurowise Performance over in America. Couldn't recommend the lads enough. Their customer care and support system is phenomenal, and their parts are perfect.
Well, you can see I've obviously been routing through all the parts and stuff here as well, but they're all like either water jet cut or CNC or
laser.
You know what I mean? They're all spot on, but like that, they've obviously done some 3D scanning of the caddies to be able to do all this.
And like if you check out their YouTube channels and all as well, you'll see like the caddy they've done caddies in the past. Like not only like say big block stuff, but to do like the 1.8T conversions and all as well. Like couldn't recommend the lads enough.
So we were talking about rarity, I suppose, and how little of these are on the road in general, and then we're talking about how little have one of these sitting in the front of it.
Yeah.
What kind of numbers are we looking for, say, in Ireland? And then I know Ireland is closely linked with the UK, which shows
Yeah.
So between Ireland, how many have this conversion in Ireland?
So there's myself, I obviously have this one when she's finished.
Yeah.
There's Josh Kane up in the north has the V5.
Yeah.
But in terms of R32, this is the only one in the country when she's on the road. She'll be the only one in the country with the R32 engine.
Awesome. Yeah. And then
that I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people hiding out there, okay? YouTube,
Yeah.
Come forward. Let us know.
Likes and comments.
Yeah. And then in Ireland and the UK, then if we were talking about Auto Finesse had their one.
Yeah.
Is there other people over there that we know of that have one as well?
Yeah. So there's another dude there, Bill over in the UK. He actually does a lot of vinyl cut and stuff. I would have got stuff off in the past. I'm nearly sure he went to Crazy Quiffs, and Crazy Quiffs did his conversion with the R32. And then there's one more that I know of. So there's probably 3 that I know of in the UK. So we're talking
a handful.
So
there's, as far as Ireland and the UK goes, we have a handful of these, and we're just so lucky at TB Daily, I suppose, that we're in the process of building one.
Yeah.
And like that, for anyone who's watching, to follow this build as well along the way, make sure to hit up. We'll drop Ian's Instagram tag in a minute, or we'll drop it here. What's the tag?
VW_Dunner_DB Dailies.
Yeah, so you've seen it in a few ones already. But to follow the build as it's going along, because you are doing a little...
Yeah, so if you go into my highlights, so there's like the R32 project, the Air Ride project, and then there's the build from literally day one, picking it up like 6 years ago to what we have here in front of us now.
Yeah. So do check it out, guys, okay? Because there's not that many on the road, and
no.
But like we are here to talk about things as well, and if people need help or want, should I do this or should I not do this? Like, get on to Ian, like, and ask him about it, you know. But as far as then the engine going in, it has been in,
Has been in.
Has been
I
running.
I drove it around the yard here, yeah.
Private road.
It was grand, yeah. In Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. Refurbishment on it, I suppose.
Yeah, so like when we got it, like she wasn't, I'm not going to say she wasn't looked after, but she wasn't really looked after to the standard that we wanted, and there was a good bit of stuff that kind of needed to get, you know, freshen up. Like, this is going to be a prize piece, everyone's going to be looking at it.
Yeah.
So we went away, and then obviously to make it work with what I had already, so obviously say the likes of the VDO gauges and stuff, so we had to add extra sensors.
Yeah.
So that we can run them to keep an eye on all our temps and stuff inside in the cab as well.
Then
So.
even after that, then as well, you decided to freshen up the engine bay a little bit there with a splash of colour as well.
Yeah, so freshen back up the engine bay, fully flushed off any of the holes along the bulkhead. So as a lot of like VW Mark 1 lads know, the old clutch cable used to decide to pull a massive hole in the bulkhead. So obviously had to patch all that up. As you can probably see in the video as well, had to heat treat some of the engine bay where the manifold was going to be. Thanks to Group D.E as well for the heat foil there for that, and an awful lot of other bits and bobs that I got. And Murray Motorsport as well, so shopping relatively local as well.
Yeah.
Murray Motorsport with the Odyssey batteries and stuff. But yeah, freshened it all up. I'm now hoping this evening, anyway, look, this evening we'll get this lump back in there, sitting on her mounts where she's supposed to be.
So unfortunately, we're so far behind on our vlog series because we have too many videos.
Oh, yeah, this will be well done.
You might not be seeing this straight away, but it will be. It'll probably be on the road, I suppose, by the time you're all watching anyway.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Please God. So guys, right, for me here so far anyway, right, I'm Dunners_DB Dailies, or Dahi, because some people were got me at shows and they didn't know what my full name was. And we dropped these tags already.
Yeah.
This we're going to leave it here today, just on the engine bay, and the engine is going in.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on.